The first hour of your morning is everything. That's the moment when you decide who you're going to be for the rest of the day. You either rise with purpose or you drift through the hours hoping something will happen. You can't start your day half asleep and expect to live fully awake. The morning is your foundation, your training ground, your test of commitment. What you do when no one's watching, before the world opens its eyes, determines how far you'll go when it does. When the alarm rings, that's not just a sound, that's a question. It's asking, how bad do you want it? And your answer comes in what you do next. You can hit snooze, pull the blanket back over your head, and tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Or you can get up, plant your feet on the ground, and say, this is my day. That small decision creates a ripple effect. The way you start shapes everything that follows. You either begin in control or you spend the rest of the day trying to catch up. Winning the first hour doesn't mean doing everything perfectly. It means starting with intention. It means doing something that aligns with your goals, something that wakes up your mind and body. Sweat, plan, reflect, read. Do something that reminds you that you're in charge. It's not about motivation, it's about momentum. Motivation fades, momentum builds. The only way to build momentum is to start moving even when you don't feel like it. Think about it. The world is quiet in the morning. No distractions, no noise, no interruptions. That's your time to focus, to prepare, to create the mindset you need for the day ahead. While everyone else is sleeping, you're already working, already creating distance between you and everyone who's waiting for the perfect time to begin. That's what separates the average from the great. The average waits for the right mood, great act regardless of it. The truth is, success doesn't start with luck or talent. It starts with a routine. It starts with the discipline to show up before the excuses do. When you control your morning, you control your mindset. And when you control your mindset, you control your life. It's not about waking up early just for the sake of it. It's about waking up with purpose, doing something that sets the tone, reminding yourself that your goals matter more than your comfort. So when that alarm goes off, don't think, move. Don't hesitate, act. The world is full of people waiting for the perfect morning. But the truth is, you make it perfect by what you do with it. Because if you can win the first hour, you can win the day. Momentum is everything. Once you start your day with action, you begin to build a force that carries you forward. The morning gives you the power to create that momentum before the rest of the world even begins to move. Most people underestimate the power of small wins. They think success is about huge breakthroughs or lucky moments. But success doesn't start with something big. It starts with small, consistent actions that build up into unstoppable momentum. The energy you create early in the day becomes the engine that drives you through every challenge ahead. When you wake up and make your bed, when you go for that run, when you plan your goals before sunrise, those things may look small, but they set the tone for everything else. Programming your mind to win. You're telling yourself, I'm in control. And that's what most people miss. They let their mornings happen by accident. They wake up reacting to messages, scrolling through noise, letting the world decide how they feel. But you can't afford to live like that if you want greatness. You have to build momentum intentionally, with purpose, with structure, with discipline. Think of momentum like a rolling ball. When it's still, it takes effort to push it. But once it's moving, it's hard to stop. That's how your energy works. The hardest part is getting started. The first decision, the first step, first action. That's where the resistance lies. But once you push through that, everything becomes smoother. You stop thinking about what you have to do and start feeling the rhythm of progress. You start wanting to do more because the feeling of movement itself becomes addictive. That's when you know you're building real momentum, when effort turns into flow. And this doesn't just apply to your mornings. It's a reflection of your life. If you start every day strong, you carry that strength into everything else. You attack your goals with more energy. You handle obstacles with more clarity. You move through setbacks faster because you've already trained your mind to stay in motion. The people who lose momentum are the ones who stop when it gets hard. If you can learn to keep pushing, even when it's uncomfortable, your drive becomes unstoppable. The key is consistency. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving. Momentum doesn't care about perfection. It only cares about persistence. Every positive choice builds the next one. Every action strengthens your belief. That's why starting your morning right isn't just a habit. It's a statement. It's telling the world, I'm coming for everything I said I would. So build that energy, protect it, rolling. Because when you create momentum early, you create power that lasts all day. The morning is sacred. It's your time to take control before the world starts demanding your attention. It's the moment when you can focus on yourself, your vision, and your mission without distractions pulling you in every direction. The problem is most people give their mornings away. They wake up and the first thing they do is reach for their phone. They check messages, scroll through social media, look at what everyone else is doing. And before they've even taken their first deep breath, they've already lost control of their mind. Can't start your day by feeding your distractions and expect to live with focus. You have to protect your morning like it's gold, because it is. That's the time when your thoughts are clear, your energy is pure, and your potential is wide open. What you allow in during those first hours shapes your mindset for the rest of the day. If you fill your head with negativity, chaos, and comparison, you'll carry that with you all day long. But if you fill it with discipline, purpose, and gratitude, you'll move through the day with strength. You decide what kind of energy follows you, and that decision starts the moment you wake up. Focus isn't something you find, it's something you create, and it takes discipline to protect it. That means shutting out the noise. That means saying no to distractions that don't serve your purpose. The world will always try to pull your attention in 100 directions, but you have to remember your focus is your power. Every time you say yes to something meaningless, you're saying no to something that matters. And the morning is when you have the power to choose which direction your mind will go. When I wake up, I don't waste time on what doesn't move me closer to my vision. I don't wait for the perfect mood or the perfect conditions. I start with intention. I use that quiet time to think about my goals, to visualize where I'm going, to remind myself why I started. That's not just motivation, that's strategy. When you start your day with focus, you move with clarity. You stop reacting to life and you start leading it. You stop letting circumstances dictate your mood and you start building your own momentum from within. The truth is, focus is a form of strength. It separates those who wander from those who conquer. Strength is built in the quiet hours when no one's watching, when no one's cheering, when it's just you and your thoughts. Protect that time. Guard it like your future depends on it, because it does. The world belongs to the people who master their mornings, and the morning belongs to those who master their focus. Discipline is the bridge between your vision and your reality. It's what separates those who talk about their dreams from those who live them. Every morning gives you a chance to strengthen that discipline, but most people run from it. They let comfort make their decisions. They wait to feel ready. But that moment never comes. You can't build a strong life on weak habits. Discipline is doing what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in is gone. And mornings are the perfect time to prove to yourself that you have what it takes. When that alarm goes off, that's the first test of the day. It's not just about getting up early, it's about getting up with purpose. It's about saying, I'm in charge of my mind, not my feelings. Discipline isn't built through comfort, built through resistance. Every time you push yourself to get up when your body wants to rest, you're training your mind to lead. Every time you stay consistent when no one's watching, reinforcing a standard for yourself, that's how real confidence is created, not by talking, but by doing. The truth is, discipline is freedom. Most people think it's the opposite. Discipline means restriction, limitation, or sacrifice. But in reality, it's the only thing that gives you control over your life. Without it, you're a slave to your impulses. You wake up whenever you feel like it. You eat whatever's easy. You quit when it's uncomfortable. And then you wonder why you're stuck. Discipline gives you structure, and structure gives you power. It turns chaos into control. It makes you unstoppable because you're no longer waiting for external motivation. You move because you've built the habit of moving. There will always be mornings when it's hard, when your body hurts, when your mind tells you to rest, when the bed feels like the safest place in the world. That's exactly when you have to push the hardest, because that resistance you feel is the weight that builds your strength. You can't become great by doing what's easy. You become great by doing what's necessary even when it's hard. Discipline is the fire that forges your character. Every time you overcome a moment of weakness, sharpening the edge of your will. Don't wait for motivation, Create it through action. Don't wish for an easier path. Build yourself stronger for the one you're on. Each disciplined choice in the morning compounds into something powerful, something unstoppable. The people who win in life aren't the ones who always feel like it, they're the ones who do it anyway. So when the morning comes, rise with discipline, move with purpose, and build the strength that will carry you through everything that follows. Because when you master your discipline, you master your destiny.